In recent weeks, Thailand and Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, Phil's game has been trending the good side, and Cam's has not. So this might be a little closer than people think. And David, there's no green here to even hit.
No, there isn't. What a hole to start with. 215 yards, water all the way down the right. Almost impossible not to hit it there.
That's a 5-iron heading to the bunker.
Now setting the tone early to see how long putts will be conceded. That's right on the edge for Poulter. Now Phil.
What a bunker shot to have to face in the first hole, straight back towards the water.
He's one of the greatest ever from bunkers, but you're right, David, this is a tester. Everything runs away from him when the ball lands.
It's pretty good, Adam. Good. That might not be the case as that match wears on from 2.5 feet. It's now Phil to make 3.
Well, he hasn't putted very well all year. In fact, he's had more 3-putts than anybody else on tour on the LIV golf circuit. He's got to putt well today if he's going to have a chance against this man.
Coming back into the grain, you almost have to hit this on the upstroke and make sure it doesn't bobble the minute you hit it.
Get in my hole!
Back to Phil at the 10th tee. He's 1 down.
Yeah, I think this is the second toughest tee shot on the course with a driver in your hand. Remember Phil on the press conference was talking how different this course plays for right-handers and left-handers? Well, this is one hole. If he blocks it ever so slightly, he's wet.
Fire those tabs!
Oh, he's gone way right, very safe.
Staying up fairway, yes.
That hole when we come back, but first back to Phil Mickelson, his second shot at the 10th.
From a slight divot, but it's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, we thought that sat down just a little.
It's well over 300 yards, so it's not going for the green, just trying to lay it up to a good yardage, just find the fairway.
Catches the Bermuda again, but it's sitting up.
10th hole, 608 yards, and it's not the longest par 5 on the course.
No.
Phil's turn now at 10, Dom.
Oh, Smith is throwing the hammer down early. You know, in the back of Phil's mind, Cam's in for a 4. He's got to get this up and down for a half. It's about 80 yards. Good lie.
Can't get anything on it from that Bermuda.
There's that little reverse tear in the green, just keeps feeding away. That's
Phil has got to make this one, you feel.
Yeah, you feel that, don't you, David? But chances aren't good. This one 40, 45 feet up, a big slope, lots of break on it.
He's lost his turn.
has to be feeling like he's breathing new life. Dodged the bullet there, Dom.
Yeah, an early reprieve, but he has to take advantage. He must make this one. He can't go 2 down after 2. Cam's putt, I read it left to right. I think he did too, but it seemed to go the other way.
But went a lot the other way.
Yeah.
That's exactly what David was referring to earlier.
Okay, escapes with a half.
So there's the hashtag LIV broadcast. Get involved. Let us know what you're up to, where you're watching from, who.
It's either that or just, I mean, I like being an aggressive though. So
yeah, so let me think here.
It's just a choke down telescope. Okay.
Because we definitely have some hurt.
Yeah.
So that'll be an
Trying
8
to
iron.
take just a couple off of it then. Okay. Good swing here. Straight line.
Lasers are permitted this week, and Phil used his laser. He also used his book. Great angle in. This hole is split up the middle by a giant bunker. Phil hit it to the left, to this right pin. Cam's over on the right side.
Phil
Not
joked-
as great an angle.
Yeah, Phil joked about the lasers being a huge advantage for him because it takes so long to get a yardage to the hole from where he hit some of his drives.
This looks pretty good.
Yeah, got the right club between the two of them.
Very nice.
Thank you. Depending on how fast you drive up the turnpike.
3 hours in Jerry's pickup is
Yes.
Phil.
To win the hole and have get the match to all square, Dom.
Yeah, I think Poulter did it in an hour and a half in one of his Ferraris.
He's got a different garage tonight.
Yeah, it doesn't get much easier than this in terms of it's uphill. Not much in it.
Well, Phil could, perhaps should have been 2 down after 2, and they're all square after 3 against the champion golfer of the year, Cam Smith.
High flyers all square in all 3 matches. There was a really long one, wasn't there, in Thailand? But I don't think any of them were 670.
Yeah, Portland had a couple too, but this is playing into the win, guys, too. If Bryson was playing today, he wouldn't get home in 2. He wouldn't get close.
Big statement,
Coming more
Dom.
now.
Yeah, I'm standing by it. I know what I'm talking about, Jerry.
Never doubt you for a minute.
8 iron. Same club as the last hole. They'd love the same result.
Third shot with an 8 iron into a par 5. How often do you see that?
Admittedly, they were in the rough. Not great lies off their tee shots, but this is another great looking one.
Right over the flag.
I did not think that would be that far past.
Yeah.
For him to get down to business, David.
No, did not. Philip at the 12th.
Well, Cam Smith grew up on Bermuda. Phil, obviously, from the West Coast, used to Poana. Not to suggest that Phil doesn't know how to play Bermuda. He's actually won on this course. And this is a quick one, and it's going to move from his right to left, probably a couple of feet at least.
It's 1 a.m. in Malaysia, Dom, and they're urging this in for Phil.
He's got fans all over the world, this man. That was a little funny finish.
Got a chance. Tip of the cap, Phil Mickelson. And the galleries that follow him everywhere let out a mighty roar. Quite brilliantly, the press conference the following day. What was it like being a fly in the wall in that meeting?
Oh, it was just so much fun. You know, before we all went on, we're all backstage, and, you know, they were briefed. They were briefed. They said, we told them, let your hair down, have some fun with it, and they surely did. Finally, someone actually listens to me, not like you guys.
They can't decide who's away.
You're tossing for it? And you do want to be first.
I was going to say, did Phil win that toss or lose that toss? If you want to go first.
You do.
Okay.
Well, they used a tee, and I think the tee pointed at Phil. That's why he's away, and I'd rather have Phil's putt.
The latest Phil fan, Dom, has tweeted in from Kenya.
Gonna go left the whole way. Yeah. There's just the one little area where it tries to change the little colors, like right in there. Yeah. And that's the only part that I was seeing. But it's like almost down the fall line the first half and then coming left the second half.
How much out would you be seeing it?
I mean, I would only have you probably 3 to 4 out.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Get locked in.
Kenya, that's impressive. Anybody from Timbuktu watching? Have you seen that?
Just relatives.
Well, the reason I'd rather have Phil's putt, this is very straightforward. Whereas Cam's got a change of grain to deal with, he's got a slight ridge to deal with. This one far easier to make. He's got to be feeling pretty good after that last one. It's taken a long time over his putts and his shots, in fact.
Just never turned.
Way to end our inaugural season, and you wait till Sunday because the format, Jerry, changes
Rip a 9 and
to
then
all
jump.
singles.
Yeah.
Oh,
4
I think it's
teams,
going to fly close to
all
the
4
Okay.
scores will
think
count.
so,
Let's listen
but
in.
if it doesn't, the bunker's fine.
Correct.
If I stay right of the pin,
Correct.
there's a bunker over the green that will stop
That'll
it from
stop
going in
it.
the water.
Okay.
So I'm thinking of just ripping this up in the air.
Interesting. He's expecting this one to
Ripping
jump.
or just sort of stalks. If you rip it, it could increase the chance of a flyer, right?
Yeah, but I'm going to open the face and try to
Okay.
get up.
If you open the face, I love it.
Because I got a
Yep.
green pitched into me and it's soft. I think I can stop it if I hit the shot.
Yeah.
Well, this is another case of playing the man, because Cam Smith's ball was plugged in the bank of the bunker. He's just chipped out or splashed out about 50 yards up the fairway. So Mickelson wants to avoid this flag, but also the flyer.
Yeah, what he doesn't want to do here is exactly what Arlo did do by talking Sarah into being his sweetheart over club.
Massively overclocked.
I think there's a boxing analogy there somewhere as well.
Where'd that end up, Don?
I lost it.
Phil at 14, just a postscript to the Sarah situation there, Don. She does want to have corrective laser surgery on her eyes, and I'm just trying to delay that for as long as possible.
Yes.
Anyway, what's Phil got here?
He's got the best lie I've ever seen in Bermuda.
Yeah, he had eyes out for that one.
Yeah, he's actually disappointed he didn't make it.
Can you delay it for about 20 years, Arlo?
What a horrible first day that'll be for Sarah.
Straight up the last bit, I had it right in the middle.
Just a little trap shot here. You can see how far back he has that in his stance. His feet really close together. Holds the club face square, just pops it out.
The lip pushed it out. Huh? The lip pushed it out.
Yeah.
Go, Phil.
Well, when we started, Phil lost the first hole. It looked like he was going to lose the second hole. Cam missed.
The tee at 15 and a man with 12 Ryder Cups under his belt. Just an amazing feat of longevity.
Once again, the 8-iron. It's the third time with the 8-iron. He's hit it pretty good the last 2 times. 154 yards. Wind off the left and hurting a bit. Good pin for a lefty. And it looks good once again. Just a touch long.
Games. Let's get you caught up. High flyers against Team Punch. Phil Mickelson. Second at the 11th for Phil, who was 1 down early on. He's 1 up now. That was at the 11th. back with the Man United, I believe, a couple of tournaments ago, David. Sir Philip.
Sir Philip, Sir Philbert O. Mickelson. Have you seen what I did there? Just made him Irish.
Irish royalty.
This one will be relatively slow. I'm sorry, relatively quick. You know, going down the green there, that light green. Hangs it out there, it doesn't come back.
I think I know why he's walking slow, doing everything slow. Right now, he is just relishing this, being one up over Cam Smith. It's hard to call it an upset quickly in match play.
Well, at 16, Phil is going to take a swipe at the green here with driver.
It's showing almost straight left to right, so.
Well, that's the layup area. That's probably a long iron, or
based on my numbers, it would be
a little utility
like
club.
298 hole.
You would knock it in around there.
So he's taken an inordinate amount of time, and Cam is looking a little impatient, standing beside the tee there. He's just staring at Phil. And he was a second ago. And he's been here a couple of minutes deciding on this.
Trying to visualize the shot here.
Yeah, I think he's got to take a little off this.
The 8th hole, by the way, was halved with birdies between Varner and Brooks Koepka, so Varner stays 3 up.
Solid swing there. Just over the bunker, and that's in Mickelson territory right there. We're looking to chip that one in.
Great lie as well.
Phil will have this one from just off the right edge here, and this one, as Dom said, is eminently holeable.
Another fantastic lie in this Bermuda grass. It's sitting up beautifully. But
You got it.
all right, pin's coming out. The intentions are fairly clear, but a little bit of movement from right to left on this chip once it hits the green.
When a player takes the flag out on a chip shot, basically what they're telling us is that they don't think they're going to have any issue with the speed. The only way the flag stick in helps any shot is if it's going too fast to go in the hole otherwise. So yeah, he thinks he's in complete control of the speed here.
Play this well back in his stance outside his left foot. Just pick the club head up and a little stubby chip shot. Gets it on the deck. I don't know if we're looking at that one or not. Oh, yes, we're okay. Cam feeling benevolent.
Which is very good news for them. I believe they go 1 up against Wiesberger and Tringale.
I was on pile 7. That was just sort of release up and over that hill a little bit.
How
I don't
close
know
is
how you
Cam's
get
ball?
any more perfect shot
Because
than
you
he
can't
just
see
hit.
it. It's just over a ridge.
Like it looked
where
like
we're
it
standing.
was right on it, and it looked like
So-
at least all the way down.
It all goes that way.
Kind of like my wedge.
Down the drain, so it's gonna.
Like my bunker shot on 9.
Correct. So we can land it short up top and just let it trickle over. You know, so that's 78. That's the number. 78.
And I think I like
You
the
think
polar
the
shot,
8?
don't
Okay.
you?
Okay. I'm good with that. Get that straight line where you want it.
Well, 1 club less. He's pulled an 8-iron, but for a lefty, it's probably the right play. He wants to land it on top of that ridge and let it trickle down, kind of like Cam's. He's flared this out left.
His shot threw me because he hit it so perfect. I don't know why that wasn't close, you know? Back here, like perfect, and I thought you hit the most
17
perfect
green.
shot for that pin. I can't believe it ran out. That's on. Yeah.
Super crowds out here. What a great golf course this is.
Yeah, Gilhans, well, he undertook the really a redesign of the golf course, tried to get it back to the way it was meant to be designed in the first place, and never was. Dick Wilson's original plans weren't followed.
His greatest design, in my opinion, the Olympic course at Rio.
See it left to right until about where you were, and then it's actually trying to come back. I had it coming back
where that
left.
little like light divot is left, about
Correct.
50 feet short.
Yep.
Once it gets there, it starts drifting
Then it's
the other way.
drifting back left, but first part's going to be going right.
If I aim and start it right at that spot, it's going to move right.
Uh-huh.
Will I miss it right?
I think you probably would, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just aim a little bit left of that spot.
There's
Yes.
a lot of chatter, as the Secret Service might
Once it
say.
gets to that spot, it's going to be pretty quick.
Then it's going to be downhill, correct. Correct. You've got it right.
You did the Olympics, Jerry, in Brazil?
Yes, and it was the only course of any time in the modern era, maybe ever, that was designed with both women's and men's competition in mind. It was majestic.
It was good, and I believe it's fallow right now.
What's that mean?
That means it's kind of underweed.
Yeah.
Not used.
Yeah, yeah. That's a
it's
shame.
just they let it go to.
I was lucky enough to be there as well, and talking to Gil about it, it was a beautiful golf course. Amazing to be part of the Olympics and a part of a women's and men's golf course like that. But yeah, it's under weeds now. It's not even a golf course anymore.
Darn it.
Do you?
You have the ability to use whatever pace you want, so. Yeah.
Pretty straight.
Pretty straight.
Like, if I hit it straight, I think it goes in just on the right side of the hole, right center. What do you think?
I think it goes in right center. I think it's going to move an inch to inch and a half right.
Firmly done.
Was conceded to Cam for the half of the hole.
9 holes to play. The quarterfinals of the LIV Golf Team Championship in Miami. It's all to play for.
Here, this is about faith. It comes down to the player. If it's his day, it's going to be his day, and we'll see who comes out on top. Back to you guys in the booth.
Troy, guys, thank you very much indeed for getting us caught up with everything. Phil Mickelson has 9 holes to play. He has a 1-hole lead over Cam Smith.
Fabulous shot there. Into the left of the hole. Very brave.
Because Shergo Al-Kurdi is the youngster against Joaquin Niemann. McDowell and Bland are going along nicely, so could be down to Laurie Cantor to make a comeback for the cleats.
All right, Phil Mickelson taking his time, lining things up. Don, when you're 52, you're allowed to move slower, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess I'm 57 and I can't keep up with him. Yeah, but I don't know. He is walking slowly. He's taking a lot of time over his shots. Hey, it's working.
Right in there, exactly. Yeah.
How much if I putted it from there? Because I think it's pretty straight to that point. So right here.
I mean, if it's,
outside? Do I want outside?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's, yeah, I was going to say 3 to 4. So
It's not a lot, is
no, it really isn't.
Okay. And how about motoring down that hill?
It is downhill. It's going to be, I think, similar to that last half on the last putt on 17. Good?
Yep.
Get connected.
I don't recall Tim Mickelson being this involved on a lot of these putts.
Yeah, I was thinking that myself, Don.
Yeah, he's been involved in every single shot, it seems like. 2 pretty good shots in here. This is almost a Sunday pin when the tour played here.
Yeah, a little further back it would be.
Yeah.
He started it exactly where he wanted. Oh, and it doesn't turn as much as they thought.
I'm good with that, especially. Yeah, just because I can keep a little more pace. Yeah, you're back uphill just a smidge, so I like it. Wait.
58, the lowest we've seen in professional golf.
Yes.
Jim Furyk.
There have been a number of 55 shots, but not
at this level on golf courses of this caliber.
Yeah, Rio Ishikawa had a 50.
Oh my goodness.
Get that back.
Well, that didn't turn as much as he thought it would on the way down, and neither did it on the way back.
Is that it? Oh. Kind of elevated just before it got to the lip. Might have cost it going in.
Took a jump.
A blow for Phil. Now all square against Cam Smith.
Cam has already pitched within sort of 5 or 6 feet here. Phil now with his third at the first. Plays the beautiful Mickelson flop.
Do you have an advantage over the team that you face tomorrow who's had a bye into the semi-finals?
Well, I think it helps as Phil knocks that one in for par.
We haven't moved.
Well, I know, but I did it yesterday, and I did it sitting down. How can you injure yourself sitting down? That's pitiful.
Always said you've never hurt yourself on the couch.
No, well, I did.
Were you reaching for the remote control? Or?
No, well.
There's a really awesome gym that we get to walk by every day here.
Yeah, I believe you.
Mickelson with driver.
Trying to slow you down, Cam. Let's pick up the pace.
Let that one leak. And some St. Augustine over there, that longer stuff.
I just want to be that or right, if anything.
Correct. Correct. 100%.
Well, it's not a great lie.
No, it's awful, David. Awful 6-iron. I'm not even sure. He's looking miles to the right. I think he's just trying to get it to that front right section. No, look at that.
Just advance it that far.
Back to Phil at 2. Dom.
Let's see, 75. Okay, give me a shot here.
Guys, you don't think this LIV Tour resonates around the world? I just ran into 2 friendly faces that I've known for a long time. One flew in from Thailand and the other from Shenzhen in China.
Wow.
To come and attend this event.
Jerry drove from Orlando.
Yeah.
Badly.
And I still had jet lag.
Look at this. Look at this.
Dormy, I know it's not in the rule books anymore, but it belongs there. Peter Uihlein is Dormy, 5 up with 5 to play. Back to Phil.
I'm starting to feel a little tension in this match here. The crowd are feeling it too. He's looking a little right. Almost like he's starting at the edge of the water. But the wind is blowing off the water there, off the right. Oh, goodness. Wow, what a brave shot. That's going to be perfect, I think.
Yeah, it sure is. Tight line.
Is there even a fairway there?
Not much of it.
Single file.
Or probably most famously in the '91 Ryder Cup, as we watched Phil second and third in the singles. On Sunday, Colin Montgomery came back from 5 down with 5 to play to half with Mark Calcavecchia. Over at the third, Phil with this one to win the hole.
He was leaderboard watching on the last green. I'm not sure if he's fully aware.
Has our camera froze, or is he just not moving? Oh, there we go.
The camera's frozen a lot today. He had his glasses off, I think, for his second shot, but the sun's back out now. You don't want to rely on Cam Smith missing. He wants this one.
Left bum fairly heavily bandaged there. Beautiful putt. He really did. Well, we'll leave Cam Smith with.
Thanks, Cam.
Thanks, Bubba.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and that's what this team golf is all about. That you've just had a fantastic victory over Brooks Koepka, who's coming off an individual win in Jeddah, 4-3, but it might not be enough. Well, it looks like it won't be enough to make it through to the semi-finals, and the disappointment there writ large over Harold Varner's face.
Mickelson's tee shot away. Cam Smith already played on the fringe of the green. This match all square. The other two matches look like they're almost assuredly going to be 1 point each side. This point will decide it.
Phil has, well, just an awkward enough chip shot here from what looks like it's sitting down a little down.
Just a little, David. It may appear on it to you guys, but I was standing right over it. It's not a bad lie at all. It's not as good as some of the ones he's had around the greens, but certainly nothing that he cannot handle.
He's a little bit down in the Bermuda there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he just needs to land it on the fringe, and then it's downhill all the way.
Last feet, 6 feet coming this way, just a touch.
So he's leaving the flag stick in, which means he's not that convinced this is going to come out in a predictable manner.
And it's downwind, which doesn't help.
I'm surprised that that ball of Cam's isn't marked.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
He's got to go left of it, I think. Maybe using it as a marker.
Well, he's opened the club face a little bit.
It just was an awkward enough lie to where he tried to play something in between the flop and the chip. It was an unusual shot.
High flyers, but the high flyers are 3 up in the foursomes. It's all square at the moment between Phil and Cam in the singles.
And as tight as this match has been, this is a huge putt.
that was a strange shot, wasn't it? He was caught in two minds. We've seen him play it back in his stance quite a lot with those chips today, but he kind of wanted to use the bounce there a little bit more. This is a big moment in this match.
Huge from Phil Mickelson, and they are all square, these two titans of the world of golf. With 4 to play, that's the match that'll decide it.
Get him, buddy. Get him.
So 2 up in the foursomes, Neiman 4 up for Team Talk in the singles. So as Jerry mentioned, it's Morgan against Cantor, and Morgan for Team Talk is 1 up at the moment with 5 to play.
Oh, this is a great tee shot. Right, split the fairway.
Yeah, and it's long.
I tell you what, Bubba, your Niblets are not out of this, you know. Pettit and Swafford have got it down to 2 down with 3 to play. They were out of it not so long ago against Kokrak and Koepka. It's 1-1 between Smash and the Niblets at the moment. Let's head back to the 5th. Dom watching Phil.
Yeah, taking a long time again. Bubba, it must be serious. You called him by his proper name, James Pyatt, you said.
I messed up.
Well, there's an opening here with Cam in the bunker. He was shaking his head.
Shouldn't be a difficult bunker shot, but
This is a touch right. Should hang on.
yeah, that's good.
Well, it's getting exciting out there. Let's send it down to Suan with victorious Majet between Talk and the Cleeks. All eyes on that. That's why we've sent Bubba Watson to cover it. And now back with Phil.
Well, every putt from here on in just means the world. Cam Smith stone dead out of the bunker. Mickelson with this one to win the hole.
And it is very makeable. From right to left.
Yeah, he made a lovely putt on the last.
He certainly did. And he's visualizing.
On the tee at 6.
Cam's already found the fairway in a good spot. Oh, and that's right down the middle too.
There's no daylight in this match.
It's so hard to call, Dom, isn't it?
There's a lot of tension out here. I just had a quick word with
On Kokrak and Chase Koepka, they're just 1 down with 2 to play. The match is level at 1-1.
Double check. 45. Yeah. Give me a shot here. Straight line.
you know, this pin, it doesn't look like it's on the green where they're standing. But you got to go for this pin in this situation now. You feel 8-iron. It's that favorite club of his today.
Yeah, he's worn that one out.
Yeah, he certainly has. But he's hit it pretty well every time he's used this club. Maybe a little long on a couple of occasions, but dead on line.
Choking down on it just a little. Oh, didn't choke down quite enough.
Jerry, you called it a little earlier that Phil's game was improving. On the green at 6, Dom, this magnificent match between Phil Mickelson and Cameron Smith.
Yeah, it's coming down to the wire. Really fantastic stuff. And it's finishing on a par 5. That's reachable if they make it to the 8th, which I have a feeling it's going to go down to the 8th.
Is mine, is it not?
I'll tell you a funny story. Mark Leishman kindly brought us a bunch of Leishman lager for us to drink. And he told me a couple of days ago, he's just come around to my room and pick it up. So this morning I woke up, I thought, well, that'd be a good time to get some.
It does, from about where you were standing, yeah.
So it'd be a good time to get some. So I called him at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I thought he should be up.
It's a little early for a beer.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
did you want it for your cornflakes, Dom?
I thought it was going to be just a touch more left to right, just because it's...
More left to right, right?
I thought it was going to be just a touch more left to right, just because it's going to be going slower, so it has more time to fall right.
Anyway, so I called him at 8 in the morning. I rang 4 or 5 times, and his weary voice picked up the phone. I put the phone down. And I'm so glad he won his match, although he did tell me he was up already.
No harm done, he won 4 and 2.
Yeah. But it's coming down to this match. Ormsby's here now. I see Bernd Wiesberger. They're all out here supporting.
Dom lose and they go home.
Yep. There's finality to this format.
Did you get the beer for us, though, Dom?
Yeah.
The whole point was I was going to get it and fridge it so we can have a couple after the round. But no, I didn't. I'll do it later. Okay, now to the serious stuff. Neither of these guys have made any putts of this length.
Get in the hole. Go hard right. Go hard right. Go, go, go.
No, he loved it too. Expected it to turn a little more inside Mickelson's. He conceded.
Cam did not concede this to Phil, but remember back at 18.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Yep.
Just got to be careful. This is back into the grain.
Well, whoever wins between Phil Mickelson and Cam Smith will advance their team to the semi-finals of the LIV Golf Team Championship, and they are all square with 2 to play.
Back to Phil.
They were 3 up, Jerry, until fairly recently, and Vincent and Artegui are putting the pressure on. McDowell and Bland just 1 up at the moment.
Oh boy.
Oh, wow.
What's over there? All right, Phil.
Fans didn't even see the ball.
2 and 1 to advance Smash to Saturday's knockout.
Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, we've got to be us.
Well, good job they have lasers this week. Certainly needs one here. He is 80 yards left of the fairway. But he's okay. He's got a good lie, and he's got a direct line into the pin.
You're gonna have to be really still because your shadow's all over the ball. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that is a long way left.
I don't know what he was trying to do. He was aiming. He was aiming left, David. It looked like trying to hit a hook into the wind.
All right, let's get those phones on silent, please. Shadow's nice and still.
Yeah, that's the last thing you need is a phone call at the top of your backswing.
He got a great break. 2 yards further to the left. He's just chipping out sideways.
Let's quickly send it down to Sue-Ann with the victorious Smash team. Sue-Ann.
Well, hello.
Take another look at Phil's second shot here. Coming out of that St. Augustine, not lying badly, but he has left himself, well, not the easiest bunker shot.
7 and Phil, Dom.
Oh, he's hit thousands of bunker shots like this and hit great ones. But this is a tough shot. No option to chunk and run this because he's got to fly that ridge. That's about 18 feet short of the pin.
Lengthy bunker shot off an uphill lie is just so difficult.
Oh, this looks pretty good.
Unless you're Mickelson.
He makes it look so easy. It'll be good. Any twisting of the club face, the grain's going to grab it.
What an up and down.
It is going all the way, and these two great players had a spirited exchange at the press conference the other day.
Way to go, Kim.
And Phil hit his wildest drive of the entire day on the previous hole, Dom.
Yeah, it was, but this one, the easier drive, wide fairway. I think it's going to take an eagle 3 to get a result here. Wouldn't that be a great finish?
Smoked it. Oh, but it stays in that rough.
Yeah.
Playing in the background. How did he do it?
You think about where we were in London just a few short months ago, and to have Phil Mickelson, the legend and champion golfer of the year, fighting it out all square, 1 to play, just for the chance to advance in round 1 of our first team championship. I think the organizers would be pretty pleased.
Yeah, we would have shaken hands on that one, I think, Jerry.
Oh, he didn't want this lie.
Nope, another yard and he would have been on the fairway.
Yeah.
Big tee shot from Cam Smith. He's been a few yards behind Phil all day.
Good with that. I like that.
Well, he liked using these hybrid clubs out of the rough. And it's slightly downhill too.
I think we play for straight in. If anything, it's going to move it a couple yards right, but it's almost straight in.
And this is the match play situation here where
All right, give me a shot here.
doesn't have much of a choice. In stroke play, he may, you know, just punch this one out and rely on his short game, but he has got to take this shot on.
Downhill lie in the rough. Water everywhere.
And it's a 4 hybrid. I think it will come out fairly low. He might want to chase this, land it on the front edge, or just short even. That's pretty high. It's right. He's going to leave himself another long bunker shot.
Really difficult to get that one online.
Faggy. So the Cleeks take a 1-hole lead to their last hole in the foursomes. Cantor and Morgan
Quiet,
are
please.
level
Hold
with
still.
1 to play.
Stand still.
Can Mickelson come up with one more magical bunker shot back towards the water?
He has the option of playing a chunk and run on this occasion, unlike the last hole. I don't think that's the shot he's going to play, but he has that option. It's an absolutely perfect lie. Go a bit.
Just had a little too much stuff on it.
Back 3 or 4 steps.
That was a brave shot to hit. He played the spinner.
Going.
See how close to the ball he went there. That was average player would hit that 60 yards. Well, it doesn't get any tighter than this.
No. No.
This is day 1, chaps. Same format tomorrow for the semi-finals. And then 4 teams advance to Championship Sunday. Phil will go first to put some pressure on, he hopes, for birdie.
Got quiet out there.
Well, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to add anything to this tension. This is just magnificent out here.
Cameron Smith did not step in there.
That was interesting.
Yeah, I thought he would have been on that like a hawk.